Hello and welcome to another entry in this video series where we're checking out submissions to the DungeonCrawler GameJam of 2026. And this time we will have a look into Lair Keeper Draw and Brawl by Kunic. But before we have a look at the page and then jump into the game, here's a brief overview of this year's Game Jam. This year's DungeonCrawler GameJam has been completely organized by the community, including donations for the prizes. The rules might look complicated, but can be summarized very quickly. Essentially, the goal is to make a grid-based dungeon crawler with first-person perspective like Wizardry, Dungeon Master or Legend of Grimrock. And like these games, the game must have combat or a substitute, a way to win, to lose, and a character value like hit points, which can also be increased. While the game itself needs to be made within the 9 days of the jam, it is allowed to prepare and to reuse code and assets as well as using AI. You also got to pick and implement one of the 4 themes revealed at the start of the jam. In total, more than 75 valid entries have been submitted in the jam, freely available for everyone to try out. And the winners are determined by votes from the community. Purpose of my videos is solely to provide feedback and entertainment. And with that said, let's get back to today's game. Lair Keeper Draw and Brawl by Kunic. So, let's have a look at the description first. Lair Keeper Draw and Brawl is a first-person card-slinging dungeon crawler that smashes together a classic dungeon crawling mechanics with deck building combat. Build devastating decks, chain massive combos and crawl your way through a world that looks like it was pulled off a forgotten and cursed floppy disk. If Wolfenstein 3D and Slay the Spire had a baby, this is what you'd get. Crawl it like it's 1993. Explore dungeons in a chunky retro 3D style inspired by classic raycasters, complete with CRT effects, dithering secret walls, locked doors and torchlit corridors. Map the dungeon as you go. Watch for what is hiding. So we actually need to map manually with like this, or well, I guess we will see. Draw style? No, draw cards. Combat plays out through card battles where smart combos matter. Build momentum, defend with tenacity, recover with resolve, or cash everything in for big damage with battle cry and rage. Every fight is about setting up the right turn at the right time. Build the run you want. Choose from 64 different starter deck combinations, then shape your build as you explore. The Crawl. Battle through dungeons, mazes and outdoor zones with different layouts and threats. Find chests, collect new cards and adapt your deck to survive whatever is hunting you. This jam build, Lair Keeper Draw and Brawl, was built for DungeonCrawler Jam 2026. It's playable, it's got teeth, but it's still rough in places and definitely not balanced. Expect some jank alongside the charm. I'm proud of what's here and excited about where it could go. If this clicks with you, here's how to help it grow. Play it, break it and leave a comment or rating. Tell a friend who's into these kind of games. Share it anywhere, follow dungeon crawlers and or roguelike card game enthusiasts gather here, okay? Then we have, okay, we got that. Attributions, music, oh, there's quite a bit here. Music, Fernando Fata, Matthias Sosa, okay, commissioned musician. Oh, commissioned musicians whose tracks found a home here after a previous, project fell through, interesting. Some fonts, sound effects, jam build testing. Big thanks to Zaydin, Kuzi and James for helping to balance and bug test the game. And jam disclosure, the majority of the game's art was created during the jam, including all relic, status effects, enemy intent, enemy with the exception of Bone Pion, UI, opening cutscene ratio, sword armor and map progression artwork. So I guess we do not need to manually map the thing. The Bone Pion sprite and level art were carried over from a prior project. A new tileset and art direction were devolved from the jam, but ultimately scrapped in favor of the existing assets. All card art was kit bashed from asset packs. No code from prior project was utilized outside the raycasting engine created for this jam. Alright, more on that below. AI disclosure. Generative AI was used for code review cleanup as well as assistance with raycasting engine and deck analytics page. Alright, let's have a look at the submission page. A roguelike deck builder forged in tabletop dungeon crawling. How was the theme implemented? The opening cinematic shows the hero's party entering the dungeon 5 days before your journey begins, never to return. As you explore, you will piece together what happened through environmental storytelling, building to a final showdown where the truth is revealed. Okay, external graphics. Some graphics are from prior down external, and some audio as well. Alright, so yeah, let's have a look into Lair Keeper Draw and Brawl by Kunic. And here we are in the game. The game actually starts up with an intro cinematic. I have not seen that completely, and we will have a look at that in just a bit with this option. We also have a settings option. And there we have controls. I didn't change these, and we can see that there is an auto map option, so we do not have to draw a map ourselves, and the controls seem to be very standard. We have audio. I reduced the music volume a bit, and the other things I can't judge yet, so we will just keep them. It's also nice that you have an option to just completely disable that instead of just putting the slider to minimum. For general, we have the torch flicker, which was already off, I think, so maybe that's off for a purpose. It doesn't seem to change much when you enable it. So maybe that's also just in-game something. We have quick select. I'm not sure what exactly this will do. And then we have the video options, and there we have this pixels setting. I don't know what this is doing, color banding reduction level, but if we change that to none, in here at least it doesn't seem to change anything, but it might only do that in game. We will need to see. So this was, I think, set to low when I started it, so I will just keep it that way. And the same is true for palette, which was set to EGA and not VGA, which has a bit more of a color range, but it also seems blurred out. And yeah, I'm not a fan of this, and with EGA, this looks less blurred out, but we have this kind of emulation of maybe sub-pixels, where you can see, especially here in the general, that the general font is kind of eaten up by the grayish background, so that it really looks odd. So I don't like this kind of CRT emulation thing. There's also this CRT replica, and I disable this. We can... that's also odd that we can activate this, but it only has an effect if the curvature is on. But I will just keep this off, also because this might further cause problems with YouTube compression. So the way I'm recording this, I am playing on a 1080p screen, and for YouTube to increase the quality, I am just upscaling this with integer scaling to 4K, and to increase the quality on YouTube, if you're independent of whether or not you watch it on 4K, even if you watch it just on 1080p, I always recommend to switch YouTube to 4K, because that gives you higher quality. Even if you just have a 1080p monitor, it will force YouTube to send you better data, basically, and you can see there is a visible difference. So in case this looks all a bit mushed up, switch it to 4K and maybe it looks a bit better. Alright, so let's have a look at the intro cinematic here. The gilded band of heroes descended into the tomb of the undying lich, seeking at... Okay. Yet now 5 days have waned and still they do not return to the... And so that burden passes to you. Steel your heart and face the... Lair Keeper. Let's try to read that again. The issue is, if the font is also moving around, it's kind of hard to read that. One more try. The gilded band of heroes descended into the tomb of the undying lich, seeking at last to cast down that ancient evil and free the realm from its something. This looks very cool. The pixel art here. Yet now 5 days have waned and still they do not return from their conquest. And so that burden passes to you. Steel your heart and face the Lair Keeper. Alright, so on top of that subpixel thing here, we also had grain in the intro. This creates a bunch of other issues with YouTube compression. I will just... I mean, it is what it is. What you see on YouTube, I can't do anything about that. So, let's crawl. Alright, so we can select a race. So this seems to be like, first we select a race, then the weapon, then armor, then we have a summary maybe. Versatile wanderers with a stubborn refusal to die quietly. We have resolve with heal 2, ignore the first instance of damage this turn. Then we have him, a dwarf with 5 HP and stone bread. Ignore the first fatigue gained each combat. I don't know yet what fatigue is. Plus 8 defend. This turn, all incoming damage is reduced by 2. Okay, then we have the first card played each combat, costs 0 mana. This turn, your next attack ignores enemy defense. This also sounds pretty good, but this is, of course, conflicting with this ability. On attack this turn, plus 1 damage, and this as well. So this is basically, because these would be the first cards to play and they are cheap, so that's probably not a good idea. Gain an additional card reward option. Deal 3 unblockable damage, draw 1 card. Your next card this turn costs... This sounds great, so let's take the gnome. Okay, weapon. Longsword. Momentum, plus 1 to attack this turn. Momentum. Can I go back? No, I cannot. Oh, I can. Deal 3 unblockable damage. Your next card this turn costs 0 mana. So we might want to take something which is super costly, but there isn't really anything. Momentum plus... I don't know what momentum is. Gain attack equal to momentum. Swiftness plus attack this turn, draw 1 card. Negate the next damage against you this turn. Draw 2 cards. 3 steal 2 enemy defense. 3 plus 3 attack this turn, gain 1 mana. Your next attack ignores block. 1 echo. Light shield. Deal 2 damage, apply burning, retain. Attack intent, gain 4 defend and deal 3 damage, otherwise just 2 defend. Force enemy to defend next turn. Draw 1 card. Let's take this, the dagger. Drawing a lot more cards. Then we have our armor. Momentum, +1, +3 defense. Momentum 1, draw 1 card. Momentum +1, all enemies gain rattled. There is tons of stuff which we have no idea yet what this is going to do. And unfortunately there was also no explanation for that, so I'm basically in the blind here. Leather armor, steal 2 enemy defense, draw 1 card, draw 2 cards, presence. Okay, so drawing a card really seems to be nothing too special. If basically all cards have this draw card thing. 2 defend, draw 1 card, negate enemy's next ability, intent. If enemy has block, stunned. 1 echo, ignore enemy block. Mind's Eye. Reduce all damage you take this turn by 3, +6 defend. If attack, telegraph costs. Enemy next attack deals 0. If intent is attack, draw 1 card. Yeah. Let's take the leather armor. Yeah. And this is just the summary. Okay. We don't really have any idea yet what stuff does, so that's fine. Okay. So we have level by level road to the Lair Keeper. Nice. Forbidden Outlands. Okay, some cool interface here. Animation is a bit odd. It almost looks like we were sliding to that direction. Oh, there's an enemy. Okay. Okay, so we have intent to attack for 2 from the goblin. Intends to defend for 1. Intends to attack for 2. So I just seeing that these are 3 goblins actually. So 2 of them are attacking and 1 is defending. We can just attack apparently. We could also with 3 mana. I guess I can play. Maybe the mana refreshes each turn. Okay, now we have an information about what these cards do. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this graphical effect here, which makes everything a bit harder to read. Plus attack this turn, draw 1 card. Do we see how... Yeah, the hit points are here. Let's use this and draw 1 card. Yeah, this was using up the mana. Nimble Finger, steal all enemy defense. Presence 3. Also, what is presence? The number of pentacles cards currently on your hand. This is a pentacle card. I don't get what it's doing. We have 4 pentacle cards in our hand. Speed and Cunning uses presence, pentacle cards in hand for bonus effects. So maybe there's a base and then if you're above the base you get some bonuses, I don't know. +2 attack. This is kind of probably useless. I don't know if this is going to attack 4 damage dealt to the enemy once you attack Your burn is over. We have 1. Steal 2 enemy defense. Draw 1 card. There are no enemies with defense, so just do another swiftness. Now we have 8 attack, 3 defense. We cannot use any more cards. There's a 6 here. We have an 8 here. I have no idea what this means. Once you attack, your burn is over. Maybe we have to attack this enemy first. Ah. So this was maybe even wasted then. I don't quite get that. So our mana refreshes. So enemy has 1 defense. And we can see that on this bar here. Deal 3 unblockable damage. And this is just doing that damage right away. But this also ended our turn. Negate the next damage against you this turn. Discard, exhaust. Draw 2 cards, presence 3, steal 2 enemy defense. Damage blocked this turn. Yeah, okay. The number of pentacle cards currently. Yeah, I feel like I have not enough information to really. So why was the turn? Maybe I should just attack and see what happens now. Seems to be my hit points, right? So if I just use this, does it end my turn? There's no tooltip or anything for that. Yeah, it does end my turn. And some cards end my turn as well, but not all of them. Intends to defend. Seals all enemy defense. Nothing, but it increases this. Choose a relic, fraying a rope. Whenever you gain fatigue stack, restore 1 HP. No idea what this means. Frayed bookmark. The first time you reshuffle each combat, draw 1 extra card. I have no idea with the reshuffling yet, so let's get additional hit points. So regarding the perspective, I think the I mean, you can see the walls. Oh, choose what? Why? Draw 2 cards, deal 1 damage per fatigue stack. Attack, intent, gain fall, defend, and deal 3 damage. Draw 2 cards, presence. Steal all enemy attack and defense, deal damage equal to total stolen. Let's take this, but I have no idea. Okay. So regarding the perspective, so in this case we can see that on the left there is a wall, and on the right there is no wall. We don't see anything on the floor, and I think the issue, or what I would change here, and I don't think that we can adjust that in any way. What is this? Oh, deck analytics. Okay. And this... the issue here is that the field of view is very low, so that basically everything is stretched very wide. A tile, yeah, we can, this is probably the best example here when we are looking against the wall. We have a full tile in front of us, which is stretching from this side to this. And you can see that the depth is minimal. And if we increased the field of view, we would push everything together. And that would basically also push us a little bit, like perceived as if we were a bit back, and the tiles would be a bit narrower. And I think that would be a bit more intuitive to walk around, because this one is a full tile now, and this is then on the next tile, and this looks a bit odd. So this is a resting option, I guess. Oh, there's a rat, but this does not seem to be a resting option. A giant rat. Attacks apply 1 poison per hit. Okay, now we only have one enemy, this fraying rope. Whenever you gain a fatigue stack, restore 1. But I still didn't get, like, when does our turn end? So the enemy does not have any... negate the next damage. The enemy... it intends to attack for 2. Attack intent, gain 4 defense and deal 3 damage. So we do this, and this will end our turn. No, it did not. +2 attack. This, draw 1 card. Swiftness. And this is everything. Okay. Attack. I don't know why this is glowing. Maybe because it's defended. Maybe this is a bonus. I don't know why this is 4 and this is 2. I guess my base attack is 2. And this is now 4, and I'm ending the turn with doing 4 attack. I did do 4 damage, so like this is, yeah. And this should kill the enemy now. Okay. So we have a nice auto map here. Oh. Okay, so we can see the range here. I don't know what this... Maybe this is just decoration. Oh! So it also feels like we are not really moving forward here because of the field of view. So I think to be able to change the field of view would help a bit. It almost feels like we are a little bunny and we are just hopping like 10 centimeters at a time. No! What is cool is that we also have the liquids here in these balls. They are actually affected not by going backwards, but by going forward. It's like swishing around a bit. You can also see this while turning. That's a very cool effect. Now here we have a torch. Let's check if we can, if this is doing anything. This maybe? No. No idea what this is doing. Maybe this is also not working and due to that it's off. I don't know. Click an option to pick and advance the character creator. I think this is just for starting the new game. Okay, we can also have a look again at these here. None. I'm not sure if this is doing anything. I mean, it does. But I don't quite see what. Nah, no idea. Yeah, and this looks not too great. I mean, it changes, it washes out everything, so it's a bit odd. Okay, so we will keep it this way. Yeah, I would personally, I would like to just disable this grain stuff. I'm not a fan of that. We don't have a different key for using or something like that, right? No. Okay. Regarding the movement, feels perfect. So nothing is cut off. It's queued up. Oh. Okay. Running against the wall. Yeah. It's also queuing up a lot of options. So a lot of commands. Yeah. Maybe I would probably cut that, but because the execution is very fast, it's not super, like, doesn't really make a big difference. But I just remember from another game that this was an issue, that you basically have queued up too much and then it was still executing. But it all depends on how fast the execution is. But yeah, movement feels great in this game. Well, great in terms of nothing is getting cut off. I think there is this issue with the field of view, and this makes it appear as if you're not really moving forward and just hopping. Okay, we have, this might be still another enemy. Oh no, it's okay. Let's go to the campfire. Oh, okay. Short rest or long rest, heal to full HP. Now this also looks blurred out. Like, this is super clear and then this is blurred out. Like with the VGA option. Remove a card. I don't get it. Isn't this better? Like, this heals less and gives an additional malus? Or is remove a card some kind of bonus? I don't... Let's take the flip. I don't get it. The Weeping Briars. Okay. This looks nice. Like the general sky here. Ah, we also have some ambient, but it's almost not audible. Yeah, it's some frogs in the background or so, but it's not super loud. Also, we do not have any music here, but that's... Huh? Now we have music. So, we have 3 giant rats, and I have the feeling that we are going to die already. Your next turn discard. This is like our special thing. Steal enemy defense. Enemies don't have defense. This is attack intent, gain 4 defense, deal 3 damage. Otherwise, we use this. Okay, this is now buffed with 4 defense, did not end our turn. Steal all enemy defense, we are not... I still don't get the presence stuff. The number of pentacles cards currently in your hand. We only have 2 and we still get this. Ah, maybe we only get this if we have 3 cards. So, okay. Okay. Next card, this turn costs 0. Steal 2 enemy defense. It doesn't do anything, but it seems like the mana is getting refreshed. This is also not as great as I thought. I mean, this is costing 1 mana, so we only gain 1 mana and we waste a card, so... Okay, we don't have anything left, so let's attack, and we are probably... Well, we are almost going to die now. Yeah. Okay. Deal 3 unblockable damage. Draw 1 card. We can use this. This is for free now. Let's kill this one. Why was this ending my turn? Maybe because we didn't have any other option left. We had no mana, and this then automatically ends the turn. Okay, let's start again. Yeah, I am not... So at least we know a bit more about the mechanics, and we can now adjust, Yeah, I don't think that this is great. I mean, the Wild Spark was nice. Deal 3 unblockable damage, though the enemy's, defense was not a big factor, so I don't think this is a big thing. This turn, your next attack ignores enemy defense. This also costs 1. On attack this turn, plus 1 damage per card in hand. We also done... An attack only affects 1 enemy, right? So it's probably not great to... This plus 8 defense seems to be great for just 1 point. This turn, all incoming damage is reduced by... Let's take the dwarf. Momentum. Still no idea. It would be nice if you could press and hold a key like shift or something, and then go down to that card to see the same information which we had in when playing these cards, because now we are still basically blind and we would need to memorize what these different things are. I have no idea what momentum is. But this was presence. And depending on how many presence cards we had an additional bonus. And it seems like all of them have something of that. Momentum, longswords, torch. What we could do is trying to, if burning is doing continuous damage, we could try and go with setting everything on fire and then just wait until they burn down. And in the meantime, we focus on defending or something like that. This is also, yeah, so you probably need to like these green cards that you put them together. Reduce all damage you take this turn by 3. 6 defensive attack telegraphed costs. What is telegraphed and what intended? If intent is attack and telegraphed attack. Enemy next attack deals 0. If intent is attack, draw 1 card. I will go with this because we had the fire and no other bonus in this regard. Okay. So because it's a roguelike, we do have so there was this issue, for example. I was bumping into the wall because it was still queued up one more time. So I think the queuing should... you can also press and hold the forward button to move. The queuing should only queue up maybe 2 additional steps max, and everything else is unnecessary. So that we are not coming into a situation when we are like moving around without doing any input here. Which can more often happen if we like go forward and we just spam the forward button, for example. Which is a thing which, if you are playing Eye of the Beholder, for example, because then everything is executed right away and then you automatically see the impact, which you don't do here. So enemy next attack deals 0. If intent is attack, draw 1 card. We do this. So now we get... we also only have 1 attack here. Okay. Apply 2 damage, apply burning, retain. What does retain mean? After being played, this card is returned to your deck at the end of your turn instead of... okay. Instead of going there, I guess. Plus 8 defend. And there's another Kindle force. So enemy is not doing anything, right? Unless this burning is still... So now I don't get how this system... Like, why was our turn ended before? Because now we have 0 mana. Yeah. We have 0 mana, we cannot play any of these cards. We can still attack and defend, but I don't get why some cards are ending my turn and some others don't. And it's not apparent from these cards. So let's attack here. So it seems like the burning is just doing... 1 damage for 1 turn. So this is attacking 3 times for 1 each. Force enemy to defend. Plus 8 defend. Deal 2 damage, apply burning. And it should just die. Oh, I mean, we could just kill it. Right. Okay. Dusty Lens. After each combat, recover a random exhausted card. When you play a racial card, draw 1 card. Let's do this. Though I'm not... Ah, this was loot. Okay. Momentum. Rest of combat. Heal for 2 instead of gaining fatigue exhaust. Fatigue. Gained when your deck reshuffled during combat. Reduces value gains by 1 per stack. What? Exhaust removed from your deck until the end of the floor. I don't know what this means. Wants willpower and control. Manipulate enemy intent and apply status effects. Attack intent, gain fall defend, and deal 3 damage. This sounds pretty strong. Let's do this. There is the exit. So it seems like these are, well, very open, just areas with some houses and a couple of... Oh! No, this... Okay. Looked like another box, but... attack intent. Gain 4 defend and deal 3 damage. Otherwise... Okay, so... I don't know yet if this is actually ending my turn or not. This didn't seem to end the turn before. So we do this. Okay. All damage you take this turn by 3. Okay, I will do this. On that one. And I guess this will end the turn. No, it does not. We still have 1 attack. Let's attack here now. This is Stoneboard. Draw racial ignores the first fatigue gained each combat. And this was burning down. Okay. Intends to defend. Reduce all damage. Deal 2 damage. Okay. Coming damage. Burning. This is just a free defend, but it's not helping us. So here we can only use defend, attack. And then it burns and it's dead. Okay. So this looks like loot, but it's not. Yeah, again, bumping against the wall. I mean, it's not a big issue that we were bumping against the wall, but just a minor thing, which I think could be adjusted. Also, we are seeing through the wall. I just realized. Okay, we did not explore everything yet. Okay. Okay. Okay, we need to move on. We are level 2 now. And we go to the flooded cellar. We also have the campfire at the end now, which is probably helpful to have it closer to the boss. Oh, nice. Enemy next attack deals 0 if intended attack. draw 1 card, but it's costing 2. Might be helpful for the final boss. Reduce all damage you take this turn by 3. Deal, but this only costs 1, and this seems to be very helpful so far. But this might also only be useful against easy enemies. Now we have 3 reds, and yeah, we can use this, I guess, to basically negate all the damage we get. We don't see that this is applying, but I would expect that I'm not getting any damage now. So, let's use this to burn. Burn. And we can't do anything. I can still attack. Okay, let's do this. Reduce, reduce, reduced, and burn. I'm not sure. Shouldn't it still have 1 hit point? Enemy next attack deals 0. No. Deal 2 damage. Deal 2 damage. Force enemy to defend. Plus 8 defense. We will just use the 8 defense, which should help us against this full turn. Apply burning. And we attack. The attack should go down, should reduce the enemy hit points to 3, and then the burn should take another 2 points. Maybe the burn is doing 2 damage per... Casting if attack telegraphed was... if attack telegraphed... Yeah, if it intent, right? So yeah, this is costing 0 now. But maybe we can also just kill the enemy. So this is doing 3 and protects us. All damage is reduced by 2. But we will not get any damage anyways. So let's just attack here. Blocked. Deal 3 damage. So will this end our turn? Gain 4 defense. No. Level 3. Momentum decays on your second burn stat instead of your first. What? No idea. The first time you take damage, each combat, draw a card. Okay. At least I know what this means. Attack intent, gain 4 damage and deal... This sounds quite strong. Reduce all damage you take. This is also super strong and only costs 1. Okay. 2 of them. Yeah, this one we will use right away. Burning. Unfortunately, we will... Boss? Yeah, we cannot do anything else then. Like from these. Enemy defense. Let's use this No. I will use this. And now let's see if the burning does... So it's going down to 5, and the burning is doing 3 damage? 2 damage. Yeah, it's going down to... So the burning is always doing... Enemy loses 2 HP per stack. Okay. Yeah, burning is doing 2 damage, which is quite strong then. Okay. Attack intent, gain 4 defense and 3 damage. And it's done. And we are protected. We can't do anything here. This will just kill the enemy. Okay. What's that? Oh, we got a key. Nice. Yeah, nice environment here. Also nice sound effects for that. Again, 3 reds. Reduce all damage this turn by 3. So this will protect us completely against all the damage. This is not necessary at the moment. But it's the only thing we can do. So let's use this here. Turn is not ending. I still didn't understand why the turn was ending before. So let's focus on one enemy first. So 4. This will kill the enemy. 4 defend is not enough to protect against these 2 enemies, but we can use reduce all damage again. And with the Kindle, we should destroy this one. And the others are not necessary at the moment. So we can just keep them and attack one of the others. Oh, what's that? Intends to summon an ally, so we need to kill this one if possible. Interesting. But we cannot. Well, maybe we can. Deal 2 damage, this is 4... Yeah, we will try this. This is enough to kill it. And then we use... this, which is free of cost for that. This one should die and we can still attack here. Okay, we have this for some... okay. We can't do anything else, so let's just attack to end the turn. Okay. 2 damage, and that's it. Okay. Shattered Mirror. When you play a racial card, draw 1. Start each combat with 1 extra card in hand. Sounds good. Reduce all damage you take. This is super strong, but maybe this is not strong against the final boss, and then we have an issue. Gain 4 defense and deal 3. Yeah, this is also... But this is costing 2, but it does a lot of stuff. If intent, so it always does that, so... 4 defend and deal... This might be powerful against the boss. But the nice thing here is that we can combine this with stuff. Let's take this time. Okay, this is a slime with protection. So I don't think in this run we had to deal with protected. Summons mini slimes on death. Okay, so interesting. 8 defense. I am not sure if defense damage is blocked this turn. So defense is moving away this turn. So we have 2 of them, also one for the future. Let's use the Kindle first. Yes, the damage was blocked, but the burn went through. Yes. Enemy attack deals 0. We can't use that. So we can only set the defense or reduce all, which we will do. Alright. And then we can still attack. I still don't get why the turn is not ending, but fine. Alright. Oh, so the burning is only reduced by 1. So it's... okay. In that case, I should have used the Kindle on the other thing. Intends to defend for 6, that's quite a bit. Unfortunately... next turn, draw 1 card. We need to draw a card. We can't do any damage at the moment besides of this. So let's use this. This is kind of useless now, but we draw a card. Yeah, nice. We do this. And then we can still attack. Okay. Now we have some mini slimes. And we can reduce all... no, this is not... it's 4 damage here. So it's 4 times reduced. This will kill this one. We can just attack, but there's nothing else we can do. So let's attack this enemy here, which is getting 6 armor. Yeah, so we do have an issue here now. We will not get through the armor, unfortunately. All damage is reduced by 2. We need to draw cards. Yeah. I don't see... what? Why were we taking damage? I don't understand what happened there. So this is dead. I mean, they are not increasing the blocks, so that was an attack and 10 year for the... Ah no, this is too expensive. I think that was unnecessary, but anyways. We can just kill it now. Yeah, there was one which I didn't understand. Remove one fatigue stack. If 2 plus fatigue, gain 1 defend. Force enemy to defend, draw 1 card. Let's take this, though I have no idea yet what this is doing. I don't have a fatigue. Maybe this is the exhaust stack? I don't know. Okay. It also seems like we are not getting additional hit points or so on level up. So we only have 1 red now. Let's use this. And this. So the enemy will die anyways. I should not get any damage, right? Yeah. And level up. Deal 1 damage, apply marked. Enemy defense, block halved per stack. Stacks multiply. But it costs 2. And it doesn't say if the marked goes away. Reduce all damage to take this time by 3. Force enemy to defend. Let's take this, but I'm not sure if that's useful. Oh, there's a door. Nice. Just 1 slime, but of course it will split up again. So deal 1 damage, apply marked. But this... I don't know yet still why some stuff was ending my turn and others wasn't. Yeah. So now we are protected against the attack. Let's use this. Or we keep the kindles active. This is not doing anything, but it's fine. So we can stack the fire. Next attack intent, gain 4 defense. Apply marked. Defense block halved per stack. Maybe this is decreasing this to 3. This was ending my turn though, and I don't know why it was doing that. So now we are getting a lot of damage, but this way we can just remove all the damage, and with that we can stack the fire and attack. Yeah. Okay. Removes 1 fatigue stack. I guess this is the discard. I don't know what this is doing. Maybe we just never did this yet. Attack intent, deal 3 damage otherwise. So this is doing 4 damage now, and this will be enough to kill the enemy. 3 slimes. So attack the... Yeah, we can just kill one enemy right away. Let's take this one. And we are protected. And the rest isn't really necessary. I will just attack this one now, because it will be defended. This will kill this one. This is protected, so we will not do anything. Can this attack? We can maybe draw a card. Ah, we don't have enough points. Okay, let's just attack. And dead. Okay, level 5. Stone Pendant. Each time you play a racial card, restore 1 HP. At the start of each combat, heal 2 HP. Okay, let's do this. Remove 1 fatigue stack. Yeah, I'm still not sure about that. Force of Will. Your next attack ignores block 1 echo. Draw 1 card. No, we will... Ignores block. No, I will... take this one. But the issue might be that we're doing fine now, but we will get into a problem with the end boss. Reduce all damage you take this turn by 3. That would be good, but this was probably the best option here. Kindle. Yeah. And that. Okay. Rest of combat. Rest of combat. Heal 2 for... Instead of gaining What? All enemies defend... I mean, this sounds great for end boss, but maybe... All enemies defend next turn? No. Deal 2 damage, apply... I mean, this is great. But rest of combat... This might be great for the end boss. We will need to see. Also, now we do have a proper dungeon, like we are not running around outside. Is this the entry to the next level? I am not sure. No, it's not. There's the entry to the next level. Okay, let's go to the to this section there and see if there was one more passageway. Oh, there's also one more. Interesting. Yeah, we need to collect all the enemies here. This is also a longer fight. Reduce all damage this turn by 3. This will negate this. Let's do... Yeah, that's still fine. We have this burning active. This is also not bad. Reduce all damage. Yeah. Let's do this. And we can still attack for 1. 6 defend. Yeah, we can't do much here. Okay. Yeah, we will not get through the armor here. No matter what we do, so this might be a bit wasted. One more card. The burn will go through, but it's also not useful here. So let's just reduce the damage we take. No, this is actually already 0. Or maybe only the first... No, this should be 0. No, maybe this is a bug. Apparently when multiple attacks there are, this is incorrect. So yeah. This was also why I took damage before, but this might just be a bug then, which is unfortunate, because that was a lot of damage. Okay. Kindle. Anti-fin. Okay. Heal for 2 instead of fatigue. So we remove the damage. And maybe this heals us, but I'm not sure about the reshuffle yet. I mean, we can still draw 10 cards, and I think we have so many cards that this reshuffling never happens. I mean, this should not matter. Yeah. I mean, we have the advantage that every fight... All enemies defend. Kindle is great. We have the advantage that every fight we do heal a bit of hit points. So. Yeah, there's also something. I think the turning, like an automatic turn, it should not continuously check if the turning is active. Because there's probably never a case where you want to do something like this, just turning around forever. You might want to run forward for 4 tiles and just press and hold the forward button. But there's never a situation when you're like, oh, I want to spin 720 degrees, right? So this is either accidental or, yeah, it can only be accidental, basically. Okay, so there's nothing. And now we need to get back. This is also not a secret here, right? No. Okay. There's the flag. Also nice sound with the portal here. Alright, so we are going to the decrepit dungeon. Ah, okay. Also, nice sound again, very fitting. Bone Peon. 2. This is 5 damage. So this is the first time when there's more damage incoming. It's also a lot of damage there. Attack intent. This is a ton of damage. We will still get damage, so we need to reduce the damage now. Attack. Now it's shielding up. Force enemy to defend. That's useless. Deal 2. Burning. It's doing another 2 damage. But we only have 1 Kindle. Reduce all damage. This is enough to completely protect us. But we're not going to gain anything by it. 1 damage. Enemy defend block halved per stack. But this last time this was ending the turn. So I don't want to play this now. This is still weird and I don't get it. Ah, because this is an attack. And all the others are passive. Ah. This is also passive. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's reduce the damage here. We need to get rid of this dude. And we might... No, this is not... No use yet, because we never run out of... Yeah, we never have this fatigue thing. Ooh. 5 defense. I'm not sure if it can actually summon anyone. We gain 6, and this is enough to protect. Deal 1 damage, apply marked. Enemy defend block halved per stack. Maybe this is decreasing. Ah, force enemy to defend. Draw 1 card. Okay. We can... This then still applies the burn. And now we can still attack a rat. Okay. 1 hit point. Rest of combat, heal for 2 instead of... Okay. Deal 1, apply... I mean, he's not a danger at the moment. Enemy attack deals 0. If attend is attacked, draw 1 card. But this is costing 2. This is cheap. And this was kind of a broken card, unfortunately. We draw 1 card, but yeah, rest of combat here for 2. There's not much we can do this turn. These cards are kind of useless. Okay. So let's use the 1 defend. 8 defend. We are taking 6 damage. Apply marked. I'm not sure what this is doing, but it is an attack. And let's see what the mark does. If it... Okay, it did something with like it did, or like the additional, the new defense was halved, so it only has 2 now. We need to do 3 damage. Deal 3 damage, otherwise defend. It should be enough. Yeah. Now we have 4, which is enough to block these. We can still do this. We still never have any fatigue, so... This might also be because of our Kindles. Because they are going back to the draw card. And this kind of makes us even stronger during the end of the fight. Yeah, let's kill this one. We need to reduce the damage. All damage is reduced by 2. Gain 4 defense, deal 3 damage. Attack. Kindle. And it's dead. Okay. Alright. Oh. Maybe this is like for explanation. Choose a card. I'm not quite sure why I got this card. Maybe an information would be nice. I think it's a level up. Maybe I get XP for just wandering around. Force enemy to defend. Draw 1 card. This seems to be... Oh. Deal 6 damage if... Intent. There's a typo. Is attack. Apply burning. But this costs 3 and is an attack. This is very strong, but it can also just skip. Unfortunately, we will not have the additional mana to use that. Usually, you would need to... Maybe if the enemy is just doing defense in the last... Like in the turn, we need to use that. So here we need to have some proper defense, like with this. If attack telegraphed costs 0, so that was for free. In this case, we could use this ignite. Yeah. Kindle. And that. Alright. Fraying rope. Whenever you gain fatigues, we do not have that. The first card you play each combat costs 0 mana. Pickled finger. Okay, deal 1. Apply mark. This is an attack. I don't like that. Ignite. We take the Kindle. Kindle. Alright. Kindle is great. What is that? A key. Alright. So the first card is for free now. Which of course makes this... well, we could use so it would be interesting or good to know what the initial cost was. So to max that basically. So we would want to play something which is costly. They're probably all for free. All just for 1 point. Okay, let's do Kindle. And another Kindle. It's 5 damage. All damage is reduced to 2. I'm not sure if these are stacking then. We will just use this now. And then we have the ignite. Okay. And we can still attack one more. Mm-hmm. Apply burning. But we need to avoid the damage. All damage this turn by 3. Can't use this. Yeah, not great this turn. Let's just attack. Okay. So it's just 5 and this should be enough. Okay. Bup. Deal 8 damage. Apply chilled. Enemy's next attack deals -3 damage consumed on attack. What? Ah, so it's only happening one time. Chilled again, +4 damage. Ah, so if we have multiple chills. This is cool. But I will go for the ignite here. And yeah, the first one as ignite. Unfortunately, this is ending our turn, which is in this case bad if the enemy is using this. Enemy attack deals 0 if attenders attack. Draw 1 card. Yeah. This is a passive. So now we still have our 3 points remaining. And we can apply this. And we just do the Kindle and another attack. And it's dead. Alright. Oh, swiftness. Okay, reduce all damage returning this turn by 3. Rest of combat, we are not getting this. So let's take this. Reduce all damage to take this turn. This is quite good. Maybe I should take less new cards. Not sure. But maybe if your tactics is for going with this fatigued stuff, you would want to do that. Well, there are 2... Yeah, okay, this is a dead end. Good that I checked that. So we need to go back to the beginning. By the way, I didn't show that yet. So there's an exhaust and there's a discard, but there's no fatigue thing anywhere. So I'm not sure. Yeah. What this would look like. Okay, so this is we need to do attack intent, gain following otherwise, but this is free. Okay, and we have 4. Burning, which is not enough. That way we have enough to protect ourselves. I mean, this is so much damage. It is killing the enemies anyways, so okay. Alright. Oh, 2 additional rats. Mm-hmm. This is for free anyways. This is ending the turn. Force enemy to defend. Draw one card. This might be a good thing. To get 1 additional card. Yeah, let's do this. Shouldn't this be defending now? So, +6 defend if telegraphed costs 0. So we have 6, which is protecting us against everything. So now we apply the... we can actually use the ignite now. We can also use the ignite on one of the rats, which will just die right away. Okay. Oh no, it was not. Why was... wasn't it? Shouldn't... well, was something with burning? Maybe I didn't see that correctly. Anyways, so protecting, it's not an issue. 3 damage, 3 damage. So we need to use the 8 defense to protect us against the damage. Yeah. We kill this one. And use... we do 2 damage here. Okay. And then we can still attack. Okay. Oh, this is doing a summon. Unfortunately, we cannot stop the summon unless we can convert that. Draw 1 card. Well, we will need to see what enemy it's summoning. So let's kill this rat. Okay. This can cause an issue. If attack intent, gain 4 defense and deal 3 damage. We can take 1 damage. I think that will be fine. We could also use this. But it's not drawing any card and we are just reducing the damage by 1. Yeah, let's... no, maybe they are both attacking and then it would be more useful. So let's just take this damage here. Now this one is attacking. This is okay. Yeah, this will be... We cannot avoid the full damage there. So let's do this first. We should use this. And then we can still attack here. And another summon. Yeah, this is getting into... We're getting into a problem zone here. Two damage and burning, but it's not enough. There's nothing where we can draw other cards. So we need to use this. And that way we do at least do some damage. Attack intent, otherwise... Rest of combat. Heal for 2 instead of gaining fatigue exhaust. Let's do this. Yeah, but now we got 3. And this is summoning. But I don't... Well, maybe there will be 4 skeletons. We will get 4 defense. Yeah. Remove. We still have no fatigue. Deal 6 damage. No, this is not. Reduce all damage to take this turn by 3. This would help against this damage, but it's not really a lot of damage at that point. We should not kill this one because it would then be replaced by a new one. I hope that this one will not create a 4th one. If it does, then we are either screwed either way. We can use this and attack here. And there has not been a new summon. Alright. So we can use... We should keep this one alive if possible. But we need to protect ourselves, which against this 5 is a bit of a problem. We can use this, then we only take 1 damage. Yeah. I could have killed it, but at that point I don't want to. We need to keep them, to get them all near death, so that we can kill them quickly one after another without having to... without requiring too much luck. Okay, so this one is not doing anything now. This one is harmless. We keep the Reduce all damage. Okay. Five defense. There's not a lot we can do here. We do this, and then this, and then we will not take any damage. Yeah. This is not doing anything. They are also not doing anything, and this is open, so we apply the burning here. They are not doing anything as long as I don't kill anyone. So if I just use this and that, we would avoid any damage, but we will also not do anything. But this is still fine. So this could kill one. This other one will kill the other. And then we only have one enemy left. With 5 hit points and protection. With 4 hit points because we can still attack once. Let's do this. So this will take a... I think it goes through the armor. I hope so. And now we can do this. This one still alive, I think. Should be have been dead. This. This. Okay, we made it. Whew. One signature ring. Presence thresholds reduced by 1. No, we don't have any of that. Retaliation cards also trigger when enemy telegraphs defend. I think we have one of these. Not sure. If attack telegraph costs 0. I mean, this is good either way. Force or will. And another ignite. No, we take this one. And another card. Steal enemy, no. No. Deal. Yeah. We can't have enough of these. Oh. A treasure. All enemies defend next turn, draw 1 card. Rest of combat, heal for 2 instead of... No. Enemy next attack deals 0 if it... This was basically broken. I don't want any of these. And... Oh. Let's kill the enemy. Bone Reaver. Okay, reduce all damage. Maybe we can... They are all passive. Defend 1 turn. We have 3 Kindles. Let's use this. And this. And this. And this. And this. Ignite, 6 damage, and it's dead. Okay. Up, 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 up. Alright. Again, for defense, otherwise, enemies defense. Nope. Okay. Let's explore the rest of the dungeon first. Yeah, sometimes there are like these treasure chests, but it's just like decoration. Oh, there was another corridor. Okay. Ah, it's leading to the same. Okay, so we fully explored this dungeon. Was that the last one already? Well, already we are... Oh. We're already deep into the game, campfire. So I don't get, like, when we first had this campfire, long rest, and also this is kind of, yeah, the font is changing here. Heal 5 HP, remove a card. Maybe this is like... Let's do this, and maybe this is, yeah. So we can... This is an option to get rid of a card, basically. But because we don't know what the last enemy will be, reduce all damage this turn by 3. Apply burning, +1 defense. Okay, kindle. Dominance, enemy to defend, this is also good. Deals 0 if intended to draw card. Why are some of them... Ah, the left one is the cost. They are useless. Like, we have another one with this exhaust stuff, but we never exhaust our cards, it seems. So... Remove 1 fatigue stack. This is... Remove? Okay. Cathedral of the Bone King. Alright, so... Let's see if this is just the boss fight. Yeah, this is just the boss fight. Okay. The hero? Ah, that's the previous hero. Okay. The Bone King, what's he doing? Intends to give another ally +3 attack. Ah, interesting. Also different soundtrack now. Okay. Draw 1 card, that's nice. Okay. This we can use for maybe the next turn. We have 2 Kindles now. We can also use this one efficiently now. Well, not efficiently, because we do not gain anything from the defense. We can already do the kindling stuff here. I'm not sure. Maybe we should just focus on the boss man here. Attack. Okay. So apparently the buff was applied to this, but it stayed at 0. So otherwise it would have increased that before the attack happened. Okay, intends to heal an ally for 4. Maybe it also heals itself. This is just protection. Okay. We can't do anything this turn. I guess. Also, what I didn't get is how many cards we draw each turn. Is it just one card? Is it... Yeah, it was healing this ally, so it's always just the ally. Oh, 3 times 6. No, 6 times 3. For 6 each. That is a lot. Okay, but it's 8 armor, so this is kind of useless in this. Okay, we need to make sure that we do not get any of that damage. We can reduce the amount of damage to 3 times 3, basically. And this will leave 9. If attack telegraphed, so this is for free. We take this. Okay. Then we can reduce that. We could use this, but I don't want to. So instead we will do this. So we have 10. This should be enough. We can still use the attack on this one. Yeah. Now we do have ignite. What's that? Intends to heal for... Oh! Oh, no, that's all fine. Intends to make another ally repeat its action. Okay. I mean, this, I think, can screw you up really badly if there's the wrong combination of things. So, yeah, we really need to kill this one first, because this is always just buffing the hero. And the hero itself is not super strong. So we can just use the ignite. And the hero will just heal himself for 2 times. Yeah, fine. 6 damage. Give another ally 3 attack. So... We could kill this guy already, but maybe we should not. +3, so it's 9 attack. Maybe we should just do that. And we take 6 damage. This is still doing... Yeah. We could avoid all damage by these 2 actions. I'll use... yeah. Let's do this. This is doing 4 damage. 3 damage and 4 defense. This is another... I mean, this is not great, but... This is passive, and then we can do an attack here. Okay. now it's a heal. And this is blocking, so we can just kill this dude now. This is not doing anything. 3 times 6. Reduced by 3. We can just force defend. Yeah. We are not getting through the 8 anyways. So we could just do this. Draw another card. Stone Skin. I mean, this Kindle will only do 2 of the burning damage, not more. Let's just attack. Okay. We also did not draw any card, I think. It's healing. Okay, so we need to get rid of cards, basically. It's reduced by 2. This is useless for this enemy. This one I want to stack with something else. This we will need later. I will just do this, but this is useless. Attack. Of course, this is also useless, but now it's open for damage, and we can use this. Actually, we need to protect ourselves. We have 6 damage, and burning does another 6. We can just soak the damage here, which I think might... Or we could do this. Yeah, let's do this. We have 4 protection, reduce all the damage. Now we have 3 Kindle, and we can still attack once. Maybe there's something else happening. But now it's just 14 and 8 protection. And if we just do this now, this is doing 6 damage. And in the next turn, it's dead. 0. All damage reduced. I mean, nothing should happen, but just because we can. Alright. And here we are, target slain, victory on floor 5. 18 battles, 41 enemies slain, 80 turns taken, 244 damage dealt, 17 damage taken, yeah, not a lot. Alright. Reshuffles, yeah, exactly. And this was why this one card was pretty much useless. Or actually 3 cards we had were kind of useless. Chest opened 17. We had 0 healing, 0 potion, and 0 momentum. We only had the healing by an artifact at the beginning of each turn. Alright. Yeah, nice. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, this was a great game with great polish. Mechanics were nice. The balancing was also pretty good for the most part. I mean, it's a jam game, so yeah, that was pretty good. So a couple of points I mentioned which I would like to see changed or improved. I would like to have an option to remove this filter thing here and just make it real pixels. Like It also seems to be inconsistent. Some menus were like washed out graphics, like if you swap to VGA, but there was this graphical thing. Then it would be nice to have an FOV slider, or maybe just increase the FOV in general so that the perspective changed a bit and the tiles got deeper and not so wide, and you would almost see something on the floor you're standing on. The queuing up for movement, I think, could be just changed so that it's only queuing up 2 times, and for turning, the continuous turn can be removed. For the cards, in the starting menu, when you actually, that's something I can test. When you switch this one to quick select off, maybe this also helps. When you click on this, okay, yeah. Then I would I'm pretty sure that I didn't change this in the beginning. I would turn this one as like the way it is, like off. Because especially with the first start, you would need to know what these cards do. So this is already implemented that you can see the cards. But with quick select on, you couldn't see that. So yeah, that's important. I think for the first time you should have that off. The quick select off, yeah. All right, so that's already in. It's just the starting option. And one thing which I think could be like one major thing which I didn't get in the beginning is that these attacks are ending your turn, and maybe like this should be made more prominent, because it's almost the most important attribute of a card, whether it's an attack or a passive attribute, and attack ending the turn. Or maybe when you're about to play the card, that it's more obvious that, attention, your turn is ending, because you should only play that at the very end of the turn. And yeah, the attack cards, of course, also basically cost you your free attack or free defense you could do each turn. Yeah. But besides of that, yeah, excellent game. Excellent production values, very polished. Balancing was nice. Yeah, just a great game. And if you want to check it out, you can find a link to that down in the video description. That has been Lair Keeper by Kunic. And thanks a lot to Kunic for sending in this this great contribution to the DungeonCrawler GameJam of 2026. And thanks to you all for watching this episode. And if you're interested in seeing more, you can either subscribe to the channel, of course, or you can click on the link to the playlist down in the video description, and there you can jump to all the episodes I've covered so far. And with that, thanks again for watching. Thanks to Kunic for this contribution, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.